Okay, now that we've liberated one of ours. Tredariel, I mean. Let's continue our journey and see what's actually gonna happen next, because I'm not super sure, but I have an inkling. Good morning, my girl. The place I noted earlier. Let me illuminate the way. Moonlight alcove. Okay. Let's go there and see what happens. Wolfred leads all of you into a calm and quiet clearing, tucked away inside one of the mountain's hidden folds. All about you see a variety of strange items and equipment. Do I actually just have to buy my time now until it starts again? That's, I don't know, not very creative. Let's talk to him. You find Wolfred seemingly lost in thought, but then he turns to you. Greetings, Rita. This wagon and I, we've many memories together, and I could not help reliving some of them just now. I suppose some aspects of my past may be of relevance to you, given your role. If there is something that you wish to know, you need but ask. Okay then. So we can ask about what he did during his sentence, why the Night Wings disbanded, or how he knows the Lone Minstrel. I mean, obviously everything is of interest, but I think I'm gonna ask why the Night Wings disbanded. He expressed interest in knowing more of how the Night Wings came to be here and Wolfred's past connection to the group. It's not quite what that said, but I'm okay with it. I have been connected to the Night Wings almost since the beginning of my days in exile. They found me, in a manner as I understand, quite like how Hedwyn and the others found you. Back then it was a smaller group than we have now. I joined an exile called Risa, and another known as Oralek. Okay, I feel like I've heard this name before. Once in a while, we let little Tizo stand with us as well. He's rather older than he looks. The other triumvirates we stood against, they feared us. Only the Templars presented any threat to us in any given night. But there was a terrible accident. Arisa, we lost her. And Oralek, he was my friend, he fell from Mount Elodiel. How do you fall from that? I mean, we traveled up there with a wagon. How do you fall as a person? But okay, I'm not gonna question that. We lost him as well. On the night when he was to be free. We were reckless, hasty, and I was powerless to stop any of it. I blamed the Rites themselves, the circumstances that put us into danger. The downside has claimed many lives, yet it was too much. I vowed never again to don the mask and raiments. I had the black wagon cleared and buried, such that it could not be used again. If the Night Wings would rise again, it would be under different circumstances, under new leadership, and towards a different purpose. That is all I wish to say of this, my girl. Okay. Oh, so we can actually ask everything. That's awesome. You ask Wolfred about his past in the Commonwealth, and how it is he came to be in the downside. How rather forward of you, my girl. Most whom I have met during my travels here have been reluctant to approach the subject of one's history before one's exile. Nonetheless, I'm happy to tell you. Okay. As a reader, I assume you are familiar with the stamping press. I owned and operated one. Or stamping press? An illegal invention allowing written materials to be published at an extraordinary rate. Okay, so he invented the printer and that is not welcome. Anti-theocratic propaganda. Okay. I took issue with the Commonwealth, the ban on literacy, the interminable wars against the High Wing remnants. I spread the truth about it all with my machine. Under pseudonym. Pseudonym? I'm not quite sure how you pronounce this in English, to be honest. Pseudonym? I'm gonna go with that. Pseudonym. Still, I knew I was putting myself at risk. And sure enough, my stamping press was eventually discovered and burned to the ground. I, however, managed to elude capture for a while, but not for long enough. Here in the downside, I chanced upon the Nightwings. We're searching for a reader. In that respect, my past, I think, is similar to yours. Anyway, that is the long and the short of it. Now then, was there anything else? I'm surprised we get to ask everything. You ask Wilfred about his history with the Lone Minstrel, whom he seems to know quite well. Tariq was there when the Nightwings, with the Nightwings when they took me on. His manner has always been much as how you've seen. Although he is somewhat more cheerful now than I recall him back then, if you can believe that. I think our plan has sparked a little fire in him. Oh yeah, he looked fiery, really. He serves the Rites and the Nightwings. I have tried to ask him of his past before, but he seems rather reluctant to speak of it. Though it is plain that he's not from around here. This being the downside, I respect his wishes for some privacy. Nonetheless, although I do not know too much of him, I count him as a friend. I lost track of him for some time, although it was he who first informed me that the Nightwings had returned. He and Tizo were instrumental in our meeting. It's been good to see him doing relatively well. Anyway, was there anything else you wish to talk about for now? Nope, that is actually it. You thank Wilfred for his time and bid him a good rest of the afternoon. Likewise to you, reader, he will. Okay then. Just play cards. Yeah, let's... Okay, can we talk to her now? I can sense you out there somewhere. What is it that you want? Ah, okay, so I can ask her what's on her mind. This place, where you currently reside, it must be Mandalorial, is it not? This was where those blasted scribes decided what to do with me. I had already failed in my mission to eliminate the demon Salimur. I did not anticipate his retinue, you see? I think. First exile, the loss of his name. They took me and some of my Beyonders alive, although do not expect to see account of that in their good book. Whether it was for mercy or for spite, I never became certain. They probably presumed that my expulsion for eternity would eventually have taught me some respect for them, but no, not yet. Not yet. Well, I do not mean that really. The scribes did spare my life, and were it not for that, I would have never been thusly trapped to then enjoy your company, a lovely reader. Now, having met my quota of blaspheming for the time, I think it's best that we resume the normal sort of business between us, if there is any to speak of. And good hunting at the precipice. May you soon rid the downside of some useless idiot. Thank you. Go forth and show your adversaries what you have learned. Okay. I guess we bide our time now. Everyone, the amenities are modest here at Moonlight Alcove, but I suggest that you get comfortable. We may be here for some time. So, what do we do now? As for myself, I have some business to attend to. Ah, so he's gonna leave. Please leave the wagon in my care for now. It shall be ready by when you need it next. From the mountain top, you can see all across the downside. It's impossible. Expanse staring back at you. The thought occurs to you that you may never see another land besides it. I mean, it's not bad to look at. And so, you and your companions wait upon the mountaintop in quiet solitude, anticipating when the cycle of the rides begins to turn again. Then you shall have another opportunity to free one of your own. You may earn back their freedom, one by one. Many moons pass. Then, one evening... May I have a moment, reader? And then the music stops. New chapter. The Lone Minstrel finds you poring over the Book of Rites, as has been your learning, leaning through your stay at this abode. Begging your pardon, but there's something you may wish to see. Please follow me. Now we look at the stars. You follow him into the cold line. Look forth, reader madam. The stars shine like you have never seen. Once more the path towards salvation is revealed, but now something's different. Okay, do we get like some indication of things? Okay, now we get names. Is that the difference? Each prior time you searched the stars, they showed you a single path, but now several rites avail themselves to you at once. Oh. Okay, I mean, I'm not sure that makes a difference, but good to know. Let's go to Jomer. Wait. The Withdrawn or the Accusers. Pyre Hearts. Let's go here. Why not? Squashed Scorpion. The stars urge that we go to the Spring of Jomer, a long way off. Wilfred, sir, here we are to reach. How are we to reach the Spring of Jomer in due course of time? You know full well, Tariq. Preparations are complete. You think you see the lone minstrel smile, ever faintly, but cannot be sure. Please ask the others to gather their belongings, rest, and then assemble at the wagon there at dawn. We shall be departing at that time. As you will, sir. The cycle begins anew. As the years advance, you'll find there ought be fewer rites this time, until once more we are to traverse Scribe's Gate. Exactly how many it is difficult to say, but our next chance at liberty ought present itself much sooner than before, so let's be ready for it. Now then, see you in the morning, reader. Okay, so that's the game telling me this time you don't have to do as many rites. Your companions have yet not traveled far from Moonlight Alcove. Word of the news soon spreads throughout the group. Okay, so there's nothing else to do here, so let's continue. Next morning, Wilfred calls everyone together before the Black Wagon. Where's my mouse? This old wagon is more than it appears. Is it gonna fly now? With Bertrand's aid, it escorted you across the sea to me. Now it shall escort us anywhere the stars require. Come and see. It's convenient, but okay. Why is everything so shiny? Something has changed about the wagon's interior. What looked before to be old cracks and signs of age now expose various intricate components, once hidden from view. You are the Nightwings. You should travel in their customary way. He turns to you, indicating levers and devices marked with symbols from the book. Now, reader, whenever you're ready, you may take us up. I'll show you how. And everyone else, hang on to something. Okay, I actually wanted to read the new chapter of the book, but I forgot. Okay, so let's take off. After having soared into the sky, the Black Wagon remains aloft, somehow. Hey, now we're talking. Never thought I'd soar like this again. I can't believe it. The Nightwings sail the skies again, wheresoever the stars may call for them. There's one catch. The downside provides few suitable locales suitable for landing. Though we should be able to find at least a couple landing places near to where we're going. We'll then make way by land or sea to our destination. Now, without further ado, let us proceed. Sail now the skies. Can I? Yeah, okay, I can direct this where to go, and we also have this marker telling us where to go. Okay, we can shift. Ah, what's this? Can we land here? Hello? Ah, what's that? Hello. Okay, I just crashed into them, but I was curious. Oi, what the bloody blazes? Barker notices your wagon and is flying there and begins to laugh. Well, if it isn't the Nightwings, flaunting their fancy little flying wagon, eh? Why do you have a flying wagon then? You think you're better than us, mates? Eh? Ha, you ain't better than the dung I stepped in last night. Now get out of here. Get on out of here. Or I have a mind to leap on over there and rip your gizzards out. What are gizzards? You hear me? Okay, can you stop bumping into me then? Okay, these are other people too, so they're just kind of chilling here. Whew, let's lie. Something about the strange island you see below draws your attention. Best to avert your gaze from the Isle of Kale. Even the scribes themselves taught to avoid the place. Let us fly on. Okay, what's so bad about it? Except that looks cool. Here's the accusers. Okay, wait. Something is doing something there. As you soar above the worm gulf, you notice Sir Gimmon sidle up to you very slowly. We are very high above the waters, if this knight is not mistaken. This knight's brethren lurk beneath the surface there, in numbers untold. Fortunately, if we were to come crashing to the surface now, then this knight, why, he would receive a watery burial in the custom of his kind. Okay, good to know. Ooh. It's quite a long way. Okay, so there's a firehouse, I think. What does anyone here to say? It's of interest. The spring of Jomer has always flown forth from the crashed carapace of Violenthius, the Hive Titan. The legend of whose demise is a rather sordid tale. Perhaps you have already read it in the book. Not all believe the book exists, of course. Nor the greater titans, nor the Rites. Colossal monsters that once roamed the downside, so those skeletons we can see everywhere. I have encountered exiles believing that this titan perished quite by accident, rather than by a cunning trap laid for it by Jomer Manymane. They took the titan for a common beast. Perhaps the stars shine down upon out-of-the-way locales such as this one to ensure that they alone shall witness the proceedings. Okay, but we can land somewhere here, so either glue a hive, an interest in exploring the pools alongside this route, or I think this time I'm gonna go for the valuables. Let's land. You touch down in the heart of Jomer Valley, where first you faced the Fate and the Dissidents. You briefly wonder where they might be now and how they fare. You join your companions for a routine inspection of the wagon, following its flight. Tiso confirms the wagon's wheels withstood the shifting temperature and still appear to be in reasonable shape. So Gimmon managed to calm some of the drive imps prone to dizziness or frenzy at high altitudes. Other than that, everything checks out, even though we bumped into those people a lot. And the rest of the crew got through the flight without complaint. You now have a little time before having to set forth by land. Okay. Before we explore... Okay, before we do anything, here's a quick pause. I'll be back shortly. Okay, now then, what do we want to do first? I think first we'll talk to him, then we do this. What is this? Hey, show me. Why can I hover over this? That's weird. Okay, so we can hover over stuff. Singing sounds. So-called singing is the sound of countless screeching wheel mites. Okay. Do we get freestone? Flagrant disregard for natural law, thus providing light entertainment. Okay, so we got all kinds of keepsakes. Oh, there's one too. Waking wood wisps. The wisps inside provide a scarce bit of light when it is needed. All for a low monthly fee. I can click this around and it makes a sound. Very nice. Well, okay, let's read the new chapters. Oh, there's lots of stuff here. Okay, what? Where were we lost? So we got all these. The demon. Okay, Okay, that we had. Mercy shown. That we had lost. Okay. So this is chapter 1. And this is the next one. Let's take a look here. Living in exile. In the words of Jomar Manimane, the Alpha Chief. Once I too roamed free. I remember well those days in which I was called chief. I traveled all the world over on my 4 good paws, and I was well adored. I wanted to grow stronger. Here at last I have. I shall not mince my words. This place shall either harden you or kill you. It shall haunt you with old memories. You share the exile's plight. My charge is to alleviate the sting of it for you a little bit, and to prolong your stay, but only for as long as needed. Your charge is to return. We call this place the downside for a reason, but in time, here you can learn to eat, to seek out shelter, and to find a certain beauty in unlikely places. Okay, so that was that. Spend salt at the slug market to reveal more pages. So I have to buy pages? A different region? Okay, this is the Forsaken Lands for Molten Milith, the Wild Witch. Here's upon long years we spent distilling life essence from many things, which all once writhed under the auspices of their mortality, which we ourselves cut short. In this we have no regrets, for we learned much, and so we think did they. We earned the title Witch, and were forced to flee into the downside. Here we encountered Solly and Myrrh, and soon we gained an understanding of each other. He bade us circumnavigate these lands, and catalogue our findings. We felt a strong desire to expose the secrets of this land. He wished to yield benefit to those who followed in our wake, indulging us both then. So I guess we get to read about the story of every of the 8 scribes. This is Louis Glorian, the 100 Mines, so the tree dude. Do you feel a kinship with the stars? You owe your everything to them. Perhaps one day even your freedom. I chased the stars across the river of my genealogy until they let me here. I demanded they explain to me the paradox of knowledge. For how is it that something can be shared but still contained within ourselves in its entirety? The stars did not respond, but set me on a quest. I sought the 9 landmarks which they revealed to me, so that someday I would reveal their mysteries to you. These landmarks, emissaries of the stars, are 9 lenses through which we see the land and see ourselves in a new light. So we are still missing 2. But this is the imp. Oh. The swallow, the accursed. First I found it much too difficult to read, much less to write, even to grasp the quill. But the horned one, Myrrh, implored me. He said this is the greatest gift that he could give me in return. In return for what, I asked. In return for his life, he said. But I did not save your life, I said. You did, he said. There's a lot of I said, he said. We thought about this still. Myrrh stubborn, more than I. Now here I am by his leave. I chronicle the 9 triumvirates, for I am of this land, unlike the rest who wish to leave. We knew not everyone could leave who wanted. Seldom would the opportunity arise. Thus did we organize those striving for the chance into 9 sets of 3. So that was it. And now the last one. 8. Triesta Artethis, the Blessed Born. So she's the harpy. We, the 8, assembled here together in the downside, and we gave our freedom so that you may yet have yours. It is an exchange we have not lightly made. It is my charge to ensure that you, should you regain your freedom, first off recognize its qualities and also use it wisely. You do not need a pair of wings in order to be free. My own wings? I once thought that they could take me anywhere, and then they took me here, where I am bound. It is your charge to be free, and not to make the same mistakes. Spring from here and learn from what we have did. and build a new and great society. Free society, with wings spread wide for everyone. I mean, this is pretty much the moral of the whole game, I think. Sort of freedom and building a good society and appreciating that, I guess. Okay, so that's all of the book. I don't know, why is it sparkly still? I mean, we looked at everything, did we not? I'm pretty sure we did. Okay, maybe we didn't. Oh, that we had. Okay. Then... yeah, I think I wanna... we can talk to her, then we're gonna talk to him, and then we do his scrap trial. Ah, my best friend in all the world. Come to visit me again. Does it make you uncomfortable, perhaps, that I should call you thus? Perhaps you think that you do not yet know me very well, but I know you just fine. You reveal a great deal to me when you come visit me like this. You're not the only one who can sense things in others, you know. She laughs herself. One learns to read a bit when forced to suddenly appear within a book for 837 years or so. Especially if one is one to pry a little, you understand? For it gets rather boring here. I know all about you. A crippled scholar who vowed to help her friends be free again, only to end up spending all her time talking to an apparition stuck in a stone. Oh, I know about your loves, or lack thereof, about your favorite pastimes, certain habits you may be somewhat loath to admit. Fear not, of course. I mean, I don't feel like she knows us that well. But whatever. I use the special knowledge only as a means to entertain myself, I think. And if you don't like it, why just keep your distance, like so many of your predecessors. I don't really see any reason to. As for the other Beyonders, they are as wraith to me, as I must seem to all those idiots with whom you consort. I cannot confide as easily in my own kind as I am able to confide in you. But I suppose that I have said too much. Thank you as ever for your visit. You've given me a lot to think about, more than you know. I mean, I haven't said anything. You've just been talking. But okay. Yes. Let's talk to Sir Gilman. Sir Gilman is shivering there after the Black Rat's maiden voyage through the skies. But Master Rita, this knight is very, very slightly out of sorts is all. He merely appears terrified, but he assures you that this is seeming cowardice, that his seeming cowardice is but an optical illusion in this case. I'm sure it's an optical illusion. Demeter overhears and joins you. Flying's not for everyone, Sir Knight. This knight heartily concurs, though how anyone at all can stand it it has yet to understand. He has yet to understand. I'm just gibbering. Well, let's see. What's it like to swim the waters of the Sea Dominion? Ah, those glorious murky waters, engulfed in hideous warfare to be sure, but otherwise a joy to cut across. To feel the coolness of the waves beneath one's gill slits and the like. Though this knight is now accustomed to his life above the surface. Flying's just the same, Sir Knight. It resists those of us not born to it. I, in turn, have wondered what your seas are like, but the thought of swimming fills me with disgust. Okay. Though I haven't had to swim, and you now have to fly. That's very brave of you, and you handled it better than some harp fledglings I met in my day. You'll get used to it. He departs, but you sense Sir Gilman is feeling better after the exchange. That's good for you. I gained one hope. Okay. Ah, what did I click? That's not what I wanted to click. Why is it so sparkly? Makes me want to click it. Yes, there is something else. I want to do a scrap trial. Very well. Let us consider who among these idiots is worth my limitless time. Who could it be? I don't know. We ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for a second. You think that dimwit of a worm has any chance? Perhaps you're correct, though I put little stock in him myself. Though let us bring him forth. I always say that, but it always turns out okay. Master Rita, In this night, is this night perchance in trouble for something? No, everything's okay. You're getting a promotion, so to say. Make an effective in close quarters. So I guess we're gonna have to use his trail in order to win this, I feel. Maybe. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, Worm. You answer to me here. As you will, Your Highness. Your Highness. I like the sound of that. Though flattery shall get you nowhere here. Demonstrate your competence to me then, Worm. You shall have to do it mostly on your own, though under the guidance of your lovely reader. I trust you are prepared. Of course, Your Highness. This knight accepts this challenge. Okay, so... it's faster than I thought. So I guess... Alright, I got the talisman still, so I end up having... I actually want to, you know, make a trail. Oh god, I totally did not see that. Like I was... gotcha. Oh, very nice. Do I get the extra HP in this case? Like, I'm not sure. Okay, I feel like I can just run by these guys really easily. So I'm okay with that. I thought this was gonna be... Like, I had to actually find a smart strategy. Oh yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, very good. Better than the last time at least. Huzzah! This knight prevails. I have no choice but to concur with that assessment, Worm. Your performance was sufficient, and you passed my test. Thus, congratulations are in order. To you and to your lovely reader. Now farewell. Okay, what do we get? I hope it's... I don't know. I mean, quickness would be okay. We'll see. Master Reader, this knight is humbled after passing that sorcerer's test. Bah! By the scales of the Underking Horus, what is it that you have? Horus' scale for completing Supergiant's trial. Jumps farther than usual. Oh, that's nice too. I like it. Let's give that to him. Now I really have too many talismans. I wonder if we are gonna get a... Oh, so that's hers. I wonder if we're gonna get new people here, but I guess not. So who do I want to give this to? He has his own. Oh, I really like this one. He has his own thingy too. I guess maybe I exchange it for the money talisman. I don't know. I mean, I don't use him much anyway, so maybe it doesn't even matter. Okay, then. I think, actually, this is gonna be in the end of this episode. This got kinda long. So, we'll explore Fort Flat in the next one. See you then.